Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters again. We've got the second part of the August Sync Pairs overview here. I meant to go over Nemona last video, but I forgot to, I'll be completely honest, so it ended up just being me going over like every single free-to-play unit plus every great expansion. So now this video is pretty much just going to be going over all the new premium units for the most part. We'll be going over Nemona first, then we have Drasna and Olympia, and then Gloria and Leon as well, so 5 characters here. I'll probably end up going over the spotlights last. Nemona first here, then Gloria, then Leon, then we'll go over the last 2. So, let's hop into this real quickly. Let's look at Nemona here and see what she is able to do. Obviously, Nemona is obviously one of the new roles here. She is the sprint role, electric type character as well. She's got 468 attack, which she does have these physical attacks, so that makes sense. 157 special defense, 176 defense, 635 HP, 448 speed. Really good speed, really good attack, solid defenses, and pretty average HP, so nothing too shabby there. She's got Thunder Punch, 56 base power here. At 3 out of 5 is a 51 base power move, 10% chance of leaving the target paralyzed, whatever, 2 gauge move. Nothing for damage, really. EX speed, another new thing. This item is essentially, it maxes out the stat that it's relating to, so, EX speed here maxes out your speed, right? Plus 6 speed, 1 use, of course. Really solid actually. Give us an EX speed all, that'd be funny. Anyway, we got Buddy Double Shock, 110 base power, targets an opponent, 100% accuracy. Activation condition is when the user's speed is raised. Deactivation condition is when the user's speed is not raised. The more the user's speed is raised, the greater the power of this attack. Applies the free move's next effect to all allied sync pairs. Okay. I don't know how much this is powered up. If this is like Ash's Thunderbolt, we're fucking cooking, right? So this could be very, very strong, right? This could be very, very strong. But we don't know, of course, so we don't know the multiplier behind this move, but this could end up being very lethal, right? It's either really lethal, really good, really mid, really bad. That's kind of how it works, right? Anyway, yeah, that looks solid. And then Let's Battle All Out, her trainer move. Reduces sync move countdown of an allied sync pair by 1 or by 2. Raises an ally's attack by 2. Applies the gradual healing effect to an ally and applies the damage guard next effect to an ally and applies endurance to an ally. That's a lot to say. Holy shit, that's a lot to say. So sync countdown, attack up by 2, gradual healing, damage guard next, and endurance. Very, very strong, especially if used on herself, I guess. And then coming to fruition, Double Shock. The more the user's speed is raised, the greater the power of this attack. So built-in inertia, right? If she is EX'd, is there a power buff? No, there's no power buff here. Of course, that makes sense. That makes sense. Also, by the way, Sprint EX it essentially lowers your sync move countdown by 3 after using your sync move the first time, which is good, right? That's a pretty good ability for sure. So there's that. And her passive skills. Honing hit 9, 100% chance of granting the following effects when the user's attack move is successful. Raises the user's attack by 2 and crit by 1. So essentially, like the Diantha ability, right? Every time their move, they use a move here, they'll be raising their attack and crit, which is solid. Soften Up, critical hits land more easily when the user attacks with a sync move. That's great. This makes it so you have guaranteed crits on your sync move whenever your crit is at +3. I don't know if it guarantees that +2, but still. Plus, being able to guarantee your crit on the sync move at +3 at least is really, really good. And then first S move, Restore B move. Oh my god. Restores 1 MP of the user's buddy move the first time its sync move is used each battle. Oh, that can be a nuclear bomb. You can unleash a nuclear bomb and then unleash another nuclear bomb. Oh, that can be good. That can be really good. We don't know. That sounds very good. That sounds very good. Okay. Okay, so 1 out of 5 here. I wouldn't say she looks outright strong at 1 out of 5 because she doesn't have any form of DPS, but she does have this the nuke here, which is kind of annoying. She has a maximum sync power of 240, but she doesn't have the Tech EX to be able to back it up, which can be very, very annoying. But she does have the sync countdown, right? So there's that, and then there's the ability of, the potential of this hitting really hard, right? But we don't know, right? We don't know much about it. Okay, let's look at her grid here. 1 out of 5, she has really nothing. Just Lith Haste. About it. 2 out of 5. Turbocharge, so that's some, let's see, NPR on EX Speed. Super duper effective 5 on Thunder Punch. That can be solid for facing an actual electric weak stage. Grounding Wire prevents flinching when in electric terrain. Power Induction 1. There's a 10% power buff when in electric terrain, which obviously you're going to put her in electric terrain, right? So there's that. Okay. That's 2 out of 5 does not look great at all. But 3 out of 5, of course, probably going to change that. Sync power up. Static Shock 5. I'm going to look at nuke stuff first. Haymaker. Sync node again. That's it. Okay. So, Static Shock 5 for a sync nuke, Haymaker for sync nuke, and then the 2 sync nodes. Hey, that's not shabby. That could be, it could be better, of course, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. She's got Vigilance. I wouldn't. Her defense stats are not enough to be using as a tank, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Catalytic Kick on the trainer move. That's pretty good. Yeah, being able to play move gauge acceleration, that can definitely be solid for sure. Staggering 3, 40% chance of making enemies flinch. That can be solid. I'd rather this be like Staggering 5 for like a 60% chance to flinch, especially because she doesn't have any other chances of flinching in her abilities here. But still, that's not bad, actually. Hostile Environment 9 on Thunder Punch. This can be good for activating the Static Shock, so you can do that if you like. But you could also rely on, if you're using like Volkner for your electric terrain, then you can rely on him, you know, that would work just fine. He's got his 50% paralysis chance. Thunder, speed up 9, up power. 9, up power. Or power up 9. Whatever. Powers of the user's moves when its speed is raised, so 90% power buff to Thunder Punch. Probably still won't be hitting that hard, but that actually could be solid there. I'm not gonna lie, that could be actually pretty solid. Okay, I'm not gonna say Nemona's like a super crazy overpowered unit or anything like that, but she does look good for sure. I mean, definitely not a bad start to adding these Paldean characters, right? Especially with the new role that we're gonna have to, you know, test drive here and, you know, try and see how they work and get some good strategies going with them. This isn't too bad. She's got some good nuke stuff here. Sadly, she doesn't have Tech EX available to her, but still, it's not gonna be like a soft hitting sync move, right? At 3 out of 5, the 40% flinch chance isn't bad. Move gauge acceleration, it's not really crazy, but it's, you know, it's niche. It's got its uses here for sure if you want to pick it up. Power up on Thunder Punch here whenever there's, you know, her speed is raised. Maybe you can try some base power stuff with Thunder Punch here. Just up to you, of course. I wouldn't really worry about the hostile environment, but if you want the crits, there you go. Or you want the paralysis, I mean, there you go. And trip up 9. Wow, trip up 9. I don't think she doesn't even have anything relating to speed, so this doesn't really matter. Yeah, at least I don't think so. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty solid 3 out of 5, I'd say. Not really anything crazy, not really the craziest of units, but still, not bad. This could potentially be a very big thing for her, this big nuke. Anyway, let's look at her 4 out of 5. Enfeeble 2. Team Evasive Maneuvers 9. Okay. Being able to buff evasion for all allies, that's actually not bad. I don't know how you could really make use of that, but still, that's solid. Being able to raise evasion for allies, that's not bad. I wouldn't give it a 4 out of 5 for it, but that's actually not bad. You could definitely have some pretty good cheese situations with that. Enfeeble 2 for defense debuffs, I would just bring a defense debuffer. And then S move, physical moves, up 2, 9, whatever. 100% chance of increasing physical moves next effect by 2 after using the user's sync move. Okay. So your next buddy double shock hero will be hitting like a nuclear bomb for sure. Okay, that could be good. And then hit paralyzed opponent, defense down and special defense down 9. That's where this comes in. So that's where the hostile environment on Thunder Punch becomes really good, because you can debuff defense and special defense. Again, it takes 5 out of 5 to do that, but still, those are not bad abilities for your Pokefair tiles, right? This can actually be pretty solid. Nemona looks good, for sure. Pretty strong unit, especially at 5 out of 5. 3 out of 5 looks really strong as well, even without the, you know, techie kind of abilities, but still, not a bad introduction to sprint sync pairs and not a bad introduction to Paldea for sure. So there's that. Next, let's look at Gloria and Cinderace. Gloria Alt 2. Why are you named like this? We literally have the friggin' like Spanish name for her. I'm pretty sure like competitor or something. I don't remember actually, but still, why are you giving us alt 2 in English? It's fine, whatever. Okay, I'll update, sure. Okay, so she's obviously got, you know, okay, that's interesting. Okay, whatever. Okay, okay. Okay, she's got Protean, or Libero, I guess. Whatever. Okay, sure. 370 attack, 185 on both defenses, 333 speed, 650 HP. This is actually pretty solid stats. Solid enough defenses for a damage dealer. 370 attack is a little, that's pretty average, I'd say. I'd say that's about average. 333 speed, pretty average too. Pretty good. Okay. So, seems she can change between fire, flying, and fighting. And obviously having Dynamax too. Okay. So she's got Pyro Ball here. 2-gauge move because Fuel Economy 2. Okay. Okay. 206 base power. Essentially is slightly less Hyper Beam. Or 2-gauge. Sure. Removes the frozen condition from her if she is frozen. 10% chance to leave the enemy burned. 90% accuracy. Bounce. 218 power here. It's, you know, one of those moves that has a charge up thing. It's like Phantom Force, that type of thing. 30% chance of leaving the target paralyzed. Sure. Okay. Whatever. And then High Jump Kick, 1 gauge because of the fuel economy, and it's 162 base power. Whenever the move fails, user takes 50% of its HP. This could be bad if the enemy has like Damage Guard or something. Not even factoring the miss. If they have like Damage Guard or something and the move just fails, well, you're goodbye HP. Still, 162 base power, that's pretty high risk, high reward, I guess. And then Kickoff. Raises attack by 4, evasion by 1, and crit by 3. So unit's a striker, but she's a fucking tech. Why? Whatever. Why? Ace of the team, Fire Impact. Attack's powers increase when the target's type rebuff is lowered. Oh my god. Okay. And skills. Passio's Ace. Okay, hold on. I'm not reading that yet. Fuel Economy 2. Decrease the amount of move gauge consumed by the user by 2. So she's got 2-gauge Power Ball and a 1-gauge fucking High Jump Kick. That's hilarious to me. Bronze Sync 5 for 50% Sync Power Buff. That's good, especially if you have her EX'd right. You got 2 multipliers here. Very strong. But now let's look at her passive. Passio's Ace. Why Passio? Sure, whatever. Lowers the opponent's type rebuff by 2 after using the user's max move. The type rebuff lowered is the same type as the max move used. Replaces some of the user's passive skills and the sync move with a different passive skill and a sync move after using its max airstream and max knuckle. Okay. So essentially, you'll use your Dynamax move of G-Max Fireball, Airstream, or Knuckle, and depending on which one you use, you change your passives. Which is, you know, that's good for sure, right? She's essentially like Libero, but she can't change back, which can be annoying, but you can definitely pick which one's best for your situation and profit. So G-Max Fireball, 540, well, we'll say 500 base power for argument's sake. Ignores passes that would reduce the damage, and ignores passes that would protect the target against a crit. Oh god, they're going to give the enemies vigilance. In the extreme battle event. Okay, that's going to be a pain. Whatever. Max Airstream and Max Knuckle, we already know their effects. Raises speed and raises attack for allies by 2. Okay, now I'm very curious as to what she does. So, this is her base. Flying, fighting, Dynamax. Okay. So, Dynamax, okay. Okay, so I'm going to guess whenever she Dynamaxes... No, flying, fighting. Okay, no, that's for the fighting. Okay, so flying, let's look at her abilities here. Piercing blows. Okay. Ignores stuff. And quick move, sync countdown 2, 9. 100% chance of reducing sync move countdown by 2 when the user uses a move that has a quick move effect tag. That does not make up for the fact that bounces 200 base power move that takes 2 turns to land. I'm going to be honest. I really don't think it makes up for that, even though Max Airstream already itself is going to do a lot of damage. Realistically, this ability is only going to be if you're doing super effective damage, and really, if you're not doing super effective damage, I don't see any reason to not just go for a full Pyro Ball set, honestly. Anyway, fighting. Oh, actually, hold on, I want to look at flying again. Sync move changed? Nope, target rebuff is lowered. So they're also going to have lowered rebuff, which is going to be strong for sure, right? So there's that. Also, it's going to be lowered by 2 ranks, so essentially the same as having a zone up. Anyway, fighting. Same abilities, piercing gaze. Piercing gaze is good. Not the craziest thing, but good. Also, very unfortunate that they get rid of fuel economy. Why'd you get rid of fuel economy? Okay. Hit HP recovery M9. 100% chance of restoring HP. What the fuck? Okay, so they essentially want you to use your max move to lower rebuff and do a lot of damage with the max move itself. And then they want to give you a worse version of the unit you have. Because Fuel Economy 2 and Bronze Sink are great. The passives after getting this are not so great, but you have the caveat of having lowered rebuff of that enemy, right? So really it's just you deciding, is it worth it to just use a fire unit and then keep these abilities? Or do I want to choose flying and or fighting and have the lowered rebuff for those types, but in flying's caveat, it's a two-turn move, and you're getting rid of the Bronze Sink. And in High Jump Kick's case, you're gonna lose Bronze Sink, and your gauge is gonna go up to 3. That's what you're choosing here with this unit. Either way, the build's not bad. It's kind of iffy, but it's not bad. So she can lower the fire, flying, or fighting, all Fs, rebuff by 2. Really quickly too, that's really good for sure. And the Dynamax move is obviously going to be hitting really hard, so there's that. But fire damage seems to be her big thing, of course. Even if she can do fighting and fire as well. Also got new names: A Taste of My Skill, Flying Impact, Scoring a Victory, Fighting Impact. That's neat. Anyway, let's look at her grid here. 1 out of 5 is nothing. We got some accuracy on Pyro Ball. That's it. Let's see here. 2 out of 5, burn synergy 1, Power Ball hostile environment 2 for a 30% burn chance. Max regen, I guess. Sorry about that, but max regen, okay. Neat, sure. Trying to move precision 1, raises accuracy, which can be good, of course, for making sure high jump kick or Power Ball lands, and bounce too, of course. Slippery slope 9. Why do you need evasion buffs? I don't know why you need evasion buffs. Does she have anything that requires evasion? I don't know. Bounce super duper effective 3. This can be good because I would say you're probably only ever going to go for like the flying or fighting damage if you want the rebuff for your allies, or if you're fighting something super effective. So that's not bad, in my opinion. Pinpoint entry for accuracy buffs, which essentially cancels this out unless you want double accuracy buffs, which sure, fair. But that's about it. Okay. And 3 out of 5 here. Sync power plus. Oh, 50. Okay, so it's for the different sync moves, right? So this one's for flying, this one's for fighting, this one's for fire. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why they're 50. That makes sense. Okay. So it depends on what you're really running. Max double down 5. So powers up super effective max moves. This is good, of course, if you're facing one of the types that, the enemy's weak to, or using one of the types of the enemies weak to. If you're off type, of course, it's not going to help you that much, but still, it's not really what the unit's built for. Sync Quickening restores 3 MP of moves that have MP. Let's see, Max Super Preparation Haymaker. Super Preparation, whatever. Max move attack up 2. Not that great. Increases the physical moves next by 2 when an opponent's attack move targeting the user misses. Okay, so essentially she has just become a unit that relies on evasion herself in order to get physical moves next, which... Yippee! Woo, okay. This is honestly not the greatest grid so far, but still. 4 out of 5, I want to look at it. Dashing Team. When its attack move is successful, she can buff allies' stats whenever she uses an attack move and it lands. That's not bad. Soften Up. Okay. Okay, sure. And then Defense Crush and Healthy Benefits 5. Produces damage whenever... Okay. So they essentially want you to have Gloria targeted, even with her defensive stats not being too amazing, even with the EX. Okay, with the EX they're okay, but... You want her to evade attacks, get physical moves up next from this ability, and then hit them hard with a sync move like Haymaker here. And then just slap them up with these moves for damage, right? They want you to do super effective damage, which is fine. I guess. But fighting's already got amazing options with B. That's one great one. Bruno's amazing, super effective as well. Flying, blue, we just got. Kahili's still solid. Fire, I don't need to discuss fire. So Gloria definitely is good. I would say so for sure. Gloria definitely looks good. The max move's going to hit really hard. She's going to have the rebuffs for sure. She's got the gimmicks. This fuel economy is great if you're doing fire damage or you have used the Pyro Ball, I guess. Grid is more built for super effective stuff. Besides like Haymaker, Defense Crush, and this ability, I'd say that if you're really going to do anything, this is probably what you're wanting to run. If you're 3 out of 5, then this is what you're probably going to run. Let's see. So you're running Haymaker, Slippery Slope. I'll just get this stuff. Sure. I want to be able to get to my grid as quick as possible. Let's see. 7 Precision Pals. That's actually, well, it would have been better if I need energy. Wait, that's 7? Why is it 7? Oh, well, I guess I understand why it's 7. Whatever. Okay. I want to try and get this. I want to try so hard. Okay, there, sure. That'll work. This is pretty much what you would want to have your setup be if you're using fire damage, I guess, because you want these physical moves up next. They'll definitely help your damage a lot, but of course you have to evade the enemy attacks, so it's very gimmicky as well in that respect. Haymaker here for your sync damage. Big yippee, I guess. Sadly, it doesn't seem you can pick up this. Yeah. Oh well, it happens. Okay. So, sync move is going to be hitting pretty hard due to the rebuff, probably your zone as well being up. Probably, of course. Not guaranteed, but probably. And then you got Haymaker here as well as a multiplier. So, she's not bad, but I don't know. This kind of rubs me the wrong way. Maybe I'm being stupid or whatever, but this kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. I don't know. Gloria looks good, though. I'd say at the minimum, she looks good. Leon, I'm very interested in this guy. I love Dragon Ball. Please. Be good. Be a good guy, please. Please be good. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. I'm already liking this so far. Okay. So, tech unit, Dragon. Kind of expected. 424 attack, 174 in both defenses, 336 special attack, 492 speed, 681 HP. And ignore the special attack, who cares? Okay. Not bad stats for sure. Good attack, great speed, solid defenses, average HP. Okay. He's got Dragon Darts, 120 base power, but the move hits twice. And it's a 4-gauge move, of course, so that makes sense. Will-O-Wisp, which burns the enemy. Fucking duh. And then Buddy Breaking Swipe. 144 power, hits all opponents. Activation condition is when the user uses any move once, and then it lowers the target's attack, defense, and speed by 1. And it's AoE. Definitely keep that in mind, it's AoE. Okay, I've got one thing about this, but I need to see what it does first before I complain. Let's Have a Blast raises attack by 4, speed by 1, and crit by 3. Whatever. And then Rise to the Peak, Dragon Impact. The more the target stats are lower, the greater the power of this attack. Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm just kind of waiting for something. He's got Piercing Blows. I don't feel like reading this. Unfortunate Strike 9. We already know this. Lowers one of the enemy stats, all the stats besides crit, at random. Of course, at random. It chooses one of them. And it lowers that stat. So, obviously, using an AoE move with the Buddy Breaking Swipe, it's going to randomly debuff a stat. And with Dragon Darts, it's going to debuff, the stat by 2. So, there's that. Well, or random stat by 1, and then another random stat by 1, of course. Okay, and then Impervious user stats cannot be lowered. Okay, 1 out of 5, I'm not digging it, I'll be honest. But the Breaking Swipe AoE debuffs are cool. And Unfortunate Strike 9 is also cool. This, I'm not really too keen on. Just due to the fact that, you're using Dragon Darts in order to activate this. And if you're using this, it's just going to be AoE debuffs at random, right? But you know what this is? I'll just scroll, that's fine. This guy. It's just Buddy Leer. It's just Buddy Leer, but worse. It can be used infinite times, and it actually does damage, but it's slower. That's a big problem. It's slower. It's not bad, for sure. 144 base power, physical move here, hits all opponents, whatever. AoE debuffs as well. It's still good for sure. Not going to complain. And of course, he's got the innate nuke here, which is great. Very, very self-sufficient as well. He's got burns for some reason. And he's got, you know, the ability to debuff even more stats, albeit at complete randomness, so which is not bad. But these are slower debuffs, so there's that to consider as well. So he's going to be doing good damage with Dragon Darts, and then he's going to be having really solid debuffs here with Buddy Breaking Swipe. Of course, you can also just partner him with Special Costume Steven, and you can just let Steven focus on doing the debuffing, and then have Leon just smacking the enemy with Dragon Darts and debuffing their stats by random, and then nuke with them for a ton of damage, which can be really good. I'm liking the simplicity of this pair for sure. And not to consider, well, to consider, I guess, he also has max moves. 480 base power, Wormwind here, lowers the attack of all opposing sync pairs by 2, which will just, you know, build up the innate nuke here a little bit more. So there's that. And then max guard, not really going to go over that. Okay, so 1 out of 5 Leon, not bad for sure. I like the look of this kit, I like the simplicity of it, with the debuffs and whatnot, but it's, you know, it's not bad. This move just reminds me too much of Buddy Lear. That's kind of the only thing I'm having with this, but it's still not bad. It's still not bad. I like it. And let's look at the grid. 1 out of 5 is nothing. 2 out of 5, Burn Synergy 3. That can be a solid damage multiplier. Catalyst, Confusion Synergy. Well, it's hard. How do you get? How the fuck? Oh, Flabbergast. Okay, on Will-O-Wisp. Okay, I'll be honest. Oh, and he's got Burn Synergy 1. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think that this 2 out of 5 is one of the more impactful 2 out of 5 grids in, like, ever, honestly. I'd say it probably is one of the more impactful 2 out of 5 grids just in general. And max damage guard, if you can somehow get it, that's not bad. That's not bad, okay. And then move gauge refresh, of course, as well. Yeah, I'm actually liking this 2 out of 5. I'm not going to say I would explicitly recommend candying him from 1 out of 5 to 2 out of 5 or pulling him to 2 out of 5 or whatnot, but this is definitely not a bad 2 out of 5. You get a free 50% buff to your DPS moves. No sync buff, but that's fine. And then you got Catalyst for your gauge acceleration. That's not bad. Max regen if you can pick it up. That's actually not bad either. Max damage guard for free damage guard next. That's really good. Yeah, I'm liking this dude's 2 out of 5 actually. I probably wouldn't get it to that myself, but like if you pull for Leon and you got 1 copy, that's great, and then you go back in with dailies or something, you pull another copy, and then the banner ends and you only got that 2 out of 5, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. I actually like that 2 out of 5. I actually really do. Anyway, 3 out of 5. Bronze Sync 5. We know that from Gloria. Scorching Sync 5. Sync power-ups. And we'll just look at that for now. So Bronze Sync 5, Scorching Sync 5, that's another 100% power buff, plus the 120 base power, or 120% power of the innate power play here from his Sync nuke. So that's not bad either. And of course, we also got to consider he already has Burn Synergy 3 and Burn Synergy 1 and Confusion Synergy 1. So he's already got his DPS multipliers as well. So there's that. Still really love that 2 out of 5, I'll be honest. Anyway. He's also got Buddy Breaking Swipe hit, burned opponent stat down 9, 100% chance of random debuffs whenever, you know, the enemy's burned, and you later Breaking Swipe. That's not bad, I would say. That's not bad. Okay. Status immunity, not really too worth it. Max Wormwind power up if you want to go for some max power ups. There you go. Max regen, we already went over that. Max countdown, of course, this makes it so your sync countdown stays consistent. That's fine, sure. And then Trinity Berserker, wouldn't really pick it up. That's about it. Okay. So you could definitely go for the Bronze Sync 5 here, as well as the Burn Synergy, and pick that up if you want to. Pick up something like that, I guess. If you want the debuffs with Buddy Breaking Swipe, there you go. You can pick them up like that. Sadly, cannot pick up the Scorching Sync 5. Unless I get rid of this, in which case I don't even know if I can get it then. I can. Barely. I can. You also get the hit burn opponent super effective next, but it does not matter. If you're doing super effective damage, you're fucking hitting like a truck as it is. That's how these units work. This is definitely a solid ability here for sure. Even more debuffs. Random, but still really good for sure. We're getting a lot of debuffing units. Please make Classic Lisa good. Please. Max countdown, pretty niche utility, but still that's good for sure. Wouldn't really pick it up because there's a lot of better stuff to pick up, but still. Honestly, even looking at his 3 out of 5 here, which buffs his nuke, it gives him some utility on Buddy Breaking Swipe. I'd like the 2 out of 5. I like the 2 out of 5, honestly. I don't know why I like it so much, I do. Gauge acceleration, actual DPS multipliers that aren't a complete joke. Some damage guard and gradual healing. Some confusion. I ain't gonna complain. Anyway, 4 out of 5, let's look at that. That's 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5, he's got Soften Up 1, crits for sync move, whatever, nope. Will-O-Wisp, go viral 9. So, AoE burns, who cares? Dragon Dart's Punishing Strike 9, lowers the defense by 1 when the move hits, and then it's got multi-strike effect in it. And then Buddy Breaking Swipe Bogo 9, no, okay. This could be solid, but that's essentially if you're impatient and don't want the defense debuffs to take a half an hour from this. That's literally what that is. I'd say his 3 out of 5 is definitely more than enough, but honestly his 2 out of 5 is good too. Somehow. I don't know how they accidentally made this dude good at 2 out of 5. I don't know how they did it, but still, whatever. Anyway, 3 out of 5 looks solid. For sure, 2 out of 5 looks really good as well. Can't believe that. Cannot believe that. Whatever. Leon looks good. I like him. I like the kit. So far, I'm definitely, keen on doing dailies for all these characters. But I also want to save my gems because Signasuit Chris, Signasuit Lyra, Signasuit Ethan, Anniversary, Seasonal Selects, I'm going to be broke. All the paychecks are gone. Anyway, now I actually am very, very hyped for this sync pair. Dragalge is one of my favorite Kalos Pokemon, one of my favorite Pokemon in general, easily top 20, I'd say. And Drasna has it. So please, make him good. Make him good. So this is a Spotlight sync pair, of course. Great, right? Actually, more Spotlight sync pairs is amazing. 224 attack, who cares? It's a special attacker. 637 HP, 157 defense, 212 special defense. That's good. 333 speed average, 414 special attack. Good. So about, run-of-the-mill stats for sure, I'd say. Pretty good special defense. Not bad, not bad. Draco Meteor lowers the user's special attack by 2, but she may have like Impervious or something. We'll find out. Sludge Bomb, 30% poison chance. Toxic for poison. And then Simply Charming, her trainer move, raises the special attack by 4, crit by 2, and applies the super effective next effect to the user. And then Infinite Smile Dragon Pulse, the attack's power is increased when the target is poisoned. Alright, that's fine. I'm honestly fine with this kit so far. I'm not mad with this. Okay. Super duper effective 5. Super freebie. Team special attack down immunity. This special attack cannot be lowered for all allied sync pairs. Okay, that's not bad. Being unable to debuff allies. Special attack specifically, that's good. I don't like the super effective stuff. Because she's limited to 2 types. But still, being limited to 2 types is not bad. As long it's better than 1, right? Like, Neo Champion, no, not Neo Champion, Lodge Calum, I mean. Even though Lodge Calum, I guess, has another type. Okay. I ain't gonna complain too much. Okay. Let's look at the grid. 1 out of 5 is nothing. 2 out of 5. Trying to move hit and heal. Nothing either. Literally nothing. This makes Leon look like this makes friggin' Leon's 2 out of 5 look like a 4 out of 5. Whatever. And then a 3 out of 5, I'm just gonna leave it. Virulent Toxin and Toxic Power. 30% power buff, 50% sync power up. Toxic Ramp Up 2 raises her special attack, which can be solid, but just bring a support. Sync Nodes, Adrenaline 1, that's not bad. Sharp Entry 1, okay, that makes this a little bit more valuable then. Trying to move Brain Gain 9. Toxic Bogo, hit a poisoned opponent, stat down 9. So attack any poisoned opponent and it'll, it'll debuff their stats randomly, of course. So there's that, I guess. Sorry about that, but anyway, we got Toxic Ramp Up. Let's see, how would I do this grid? Bro, I'm very tempted just to pick up all of that. Okay. Virulent Toxin. There we go. I would really like to pick up that Brain Game, but I cannot, alas. Okay, that's about what we're picking up, I guess. For a generic Sync Nuke / DPS grid, this is what you pick up. She only seems to be really solid either if you're Sync Nuking with her, which is sure, or if you're doing super effective damage. Little bit upsetting, but hey, I'll take it. 2 types, you know, poison, dragon. I ain't gonna complain, man. I like Dragalge. It's a spotlight unit. I can't complain too much. We definitely, you know, poison, more options. Dragon doesn't need options, but we got him now nonetheless. Plus, she's got toxic poison. Sure, whatever. I ain't gonna complain, all right? Not too bad, not too great. That's Hop. And Olympia, the last unit of the data mine. 390 special attack, 155 on the defenses, 653 HP, 310 special defense. Or speed, I mean. That'd be some great special defense. Pretty subpar / average stats, I guess? Whatever. Stored power. That can be good. Calm Mind, Ancient Power, and an opportunity applies stat reduction or defense to the ally field of play and raises user's crit by 3. And then Starlight Path Psychic, the more the user's stats are raised, the greater the power of this attack. Okay, we're looking at some heat. We're looking at some potential fire here. Agile Entry 6. Okay. Raises evasion by 6. Swag Bag 2. And then P-move stat times... That raises times 2. An ally stat is raised by a move by user Pokemon is raised by double stat ranks. Okay. Buddy. Pal. Friend. All of these synonyms. Isn't this just double buffer? Status move. No, these are status moves too. Oh, well, okay. I guess this also applies to Ancient Power, so never mind. I can't complain too much. Okay. That's not... I hate the names of these abilities, but that's not bad for sure. We got Calm Mind here doing double buffs here for sure, which is great. So Stored Power is going to be doing even more damage, especially because you already have... I keep losing my train of thought. Anyway, Agile Entry 6 is able to, you know... provide more buffs, obviously, to your Sync Nuke and your Stored Power, as well as obviously having +3 crit here to, you know, power this up even further. And then having, you know, Calm Mind for attack and special attack and special defense buffs, and they're being, you know, double buffed because of the passive, right? So 3 turns you got max special attack and special defense. Ancient Power, if you really want to risk it, no, you literally could like start out the battle, Ancient Power, and if it doesn't proc, just reset until you get that proc on Ancient Power, and boom, you're at what, 10 stat buffs total. And then you can use the tournament for +3 crit. You have the Agile Entry already, of course, and then like a Calm Mind or 2, and boom, your Stored Powers are gonna be fucking hitting hard. That's the great thing about being able to reset battles pretty easily in this game. Use the Ancient Power and just keep resetting until it procs once, and you got a great start to your battle, right? I really like that. I really like this base kit, honestly, I really do. 1 out of 5 doesn't look to be too much. 2 out of 5, let's see. Super Preparation, though you don't need super effective damage when you're doing this much. Unless you want to pick up a rock damage. Sure. Calm Mind Barricaded. Calm Mind Twofer. No. Topher. Whatever. Twofer. Topher. Natural Remedy. Okay. Calm Mind Barricade 1. That's about the only thing I think is relevant here, just for faster special defense buffs. You got Ramp Up here. I can see it 3 out of 5. But anyway, yeah, 3 out of 5. She's got Brute Wits. Powers up Sync Move even more. Smart Cookie for DPS buffs. Double Down because it's Double Down. Okay. I'm liking this. Ramp Up. I'm liking... Me likey, alright? Me likey. Okay, yeah. If I want to go for Ramp Up, I'll do that. Double Down, I don't need Double Down. Ancient Power Swag Bag 2, you can pick this up. You can pick up even more Swag Bag. Cucumber. When attacking the user misses, this can be niche, but still not bad. Ridicure, Brain Gain, I wouldn't really act on those. I would just pick this stuff up. Maybe pick this up for Swag Bag. Maybe pick this up if you're doing super effective damage. Depends on what you're doing. Maybe pick this up for faster debuffs. Whatever. There you go. That's not a bad grid, right? This is at least not in my opinion, right? You got good DPS multiplier at Smart Cookie. You got a great Sync multiplier in Brute Wits here. You've already got the innate multiplier for your Sync move. You've got the great power, Stored Power, Ancient Power for amazing buffs really easily. You know, just keep resetting until you get this Ancient Power proc once, and I think you're just set for the entire battle. You got Evasion +6 on entry, which can be really good if you want to, you know, run like Ridicure here, which is solid. Q Cutter, You could also just pick up Ancient Power Swag Bag if you want a 50% chance of AoE stat buffs. If you want to pick up Swag Bag 2 here, ignore the DPS from, like, or ignore these abilities here. I can definitely see this being viable, or at least somewhat viable anyway. I can definitely see something like this being somewhat viable. You know, trying to get those ancient power buffs to buff your attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed, and then having +6 evasion already. You're going to be hitting hard with your stored powers. I like Olympia. I like Olympia a lot, even more than Drasna, even though, you know, Dragalge, one of my favorite Pokemon. I like the kid of Olympia a lot more. Seems a lot more fun. Anyway, yeah. I like these sync pairs. I don't think... Gloria kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit with how her kit is designed, but, you know, in practice it may look a little bit better. Leon, the buddy move is the one thing that I don't like, but I love that his 2 out of 5 is actually viable. I actually love this. I love that this is viable. Drasna, I hate that she's super effective only, but still, 2 types, that's not bad, and she's going to be hitting really hard, of course, with super effective damage. And you can probably make an off-type work if you want to really, like, really abuse poison. I think that's possible too if you want to, especially running her with another DPS unit. You can definitely make that work for sure. And then Olympia looks really fun with how her buffs are able to work for her Rising Tide and stored power stuff, right? So, and Nemona, of course. This really just depends on how this buddy double shock works. It really does. This really just depends how this works. She's not a bad introduction to the sprint role either. I think she can be pretty solid. I don't know how these sprint and field characters are going to work out, but hey, we'll just have to see depending on if they add more, well, when they add more eventually. Anyway, yeah, I like the look of this data mine. I'm liking the look of the future for the anniversary, depending on how sprint and field ends up affecting that. But yeah, I'm liking this data mine. I do. And yeah, let me know what you think of this data mine down in the comments below. I'm very, very curious on what people think about these new units, whether it be the ones discussed in this video or discussed in the last video, whether it be, you know, Lodge Calum or Hop's Crit Expansion or, you know, Ingo's Pokefair Tiles or whatever, right? Depends on what you want to talk about. It's whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite unit is from this data mine because I'm very curious. And yeah, I'll see you all later.